Okay, so I already have my 2.5-inch round cupcake toppers already cut out. And I got to thinking, I'm like, red, white, and blue. Not really the theme I was going for, but okay. So basically what I'm going to do is I have this little bowl here. You guys probably seen me use it. So I have blue sparkle gel, I have red sparkle gel, and I'm going to use green on the white. So you guys have probably seen this. These are, of course, by Wilton. And I also have some pearl dust. So what I'm actually going to do is we'll start with the blue, because I don't mind if the blue gets in the green. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually squeeze some here in this bowl. Not a lot, because you don't really need a lot of this. And then I'm going to put some extra pearl dust in it. I need to get some more of this. I use this. This is like my life. So we got some extra pearly, really pretty, what is this called? Piping gel, sparkle gel. So let me move my roller over here. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a really thin glaze. Okay, so I now have all my cupcake toppers covered with the piping gel and extra pearl dust. I don't know, other than wet, how you can see. I need to plug up my little overhead light, but I don't know how well you can tell how sparkly these are. Now, if you do notice, these are green now. This is from the green piping gel, and it does have the extra. I'm gonna see if I can try to pick one up. I don't know how well you can see the sparkle. There is a lot of sparkle in there. Like the light just shining it, it just looks so super sparkly. So I'm just gonna move these off to the side because I want them to dry. I do have my overhead fan on, so I want them to dry up. Now, I'm gonna start my holly first. Okay, so I have some green fondant rolled out. I'm a little disappointed because it did dry out some, so it doesn't look the best, but it will be fine. So here is my holly plunger. So I'm just gonna plunge, just push it down in there. I always give it a little twist just to kind of make sure it's all, you know, off and out of the fondant. And I always clean the edges. Once it kind of sinks in there a little bit, I don't know how well you can see, but it's kind of sunk it in there a little bit. So I flip it over and then I press. I just kind of give it a couple presses, not too hard. And now it's stuck in there, and then ready? Boop. So now here is my detailed holly. So I'm gonna make a couple of these, and then we're gonna put them on the cupcake toppers, decorate them, and then that'll be one design done and out of the way. Okay, so I have all my little hollies cut out. I decided I'm still gonna put them on the green because this is like a darker green, so they're still gonna stand out. So I'm just gonna simply place them right in the middle. It doesn't matter how they go. But I'm gonna just put them on here like that. Just like so. Oops, that one's a little crooked, but like I said, you have one shot because of this piping gel. You got one shot to get them on there. Now, as another little added decoration, what I'm going to do with these, I will need this in a second, and I will show you why. I have this, I got this at Walmart. I bought it a while ago. It's a great sprinkles. These are actually in the ice cream section, and it has such a really pretty variety of sprinkles in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just take out the gold stars, and I'm going to put the gold stars on here just like how I did the other ones, just because, hey, why not? So I'm gonna decorate these and I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I have my stars on all my little cupcakes. So now I'm gonna come in with my nail art dotting tool. I've never used these for nail art, but of course, but this is my nail art dotting tool. So what I'm gonna do is in the middle of the flower here, I'm going to make 3 indentions or 3 circles. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell or not, but I have 3 dots inside each of the hollies. And I'm just gonna take a very damp brush and I'm just gonna run this brush in the holes like so. Not too, you don't want it soaking wet. And then I have a Christmas container of sprinkles, and right here I have these little circles. I'm gonna use these as the hollies. I do have a regular, I have like a container of just the red ones, but I don't know, I'm constantly losing them. So I'm just gonna pour these in a bowl, and I'm just gonna stick them right in the holes. Oops, that is a green one. That is not the one that I need. Definitely pay attention because I thought I had one. One, 2, and 3. Just give them a little push. And there you go. Voila! There is our little holly cupcake toppers. I'm gonna pick one up so you can see it a little bit closer. There she is. Isn't she marvelous and pretty and festive? So, so pretty. All right, let's move on to the next. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start making my snowflake cupcakes. Now I'm only doing 4 penguin cupcakes, so I'm only gonna need 4 penguins, so I'm gonna need at least 12, 11-ish. Well, actually, because I'm 1 cupcake short, so 11 snowflakes. And I might do some smaller ones also, and maybe do 2 snowflakes on 1. We'll see how fancy I am. Now, I got these last year, these particular, well, okay. I got these snowflake plungers last year at Michael's, I believe. They were on clearance. I got 1 of every one. If you guys have been around my channel, you know I am obsessed with snowflakes. So snowflakes is my thing. And yeah, so there's that. And then I have, this is my old but faithful one. And then of course this one. So, and then I have this in 2 different sizes. So I'm just gonna start cutting out a whole bunch of different variations of snowflakes. So again, you just wanna press. What I do is I just kind of like pull out. And then I just, of course, I take my finger and I wipe, because they get in all these little nooks and crannies. And that's where the X-Acto knife comes in, because you can really get in these sides, like right here. You can take that piece out. You don't really need it, but if you want it, that's fine. Clean up your edges. I always do that. And then of course lay it down, and then you get your design. You can already see it taking form, and then pop it out. And there is our majestic snowflake. Look how gorgeous that is. So I might do another one of those because I actually really like that snowflake. So again, I'm just gonna pull this out, flip it over, wipe my edges, make sure I get all these little pieces out, because you don't want none of that in your life. And it's so funny because you want to press down, not too hard to where you're gonna break the plunger, but hard enough to where you're actually gonna get the embossing and stuff. So there's those two. Let's do this one. It's funny because a lot of the kids, like, the bullying is horrendous. And I don't know, I'm sure it's at every school. The bullying is terrible. The girls talk about the other girls and they talk about the boys, and you know, I've talked about this numerous times. That one's pretty too. But when they get on each other about each other's edges, like they talk about their hair edges, they're like, oh, your edges, you need to trim your edges, or you need to do this to your hairline. Hold on for a second. Okay, so I have all my little snowflakes finally cut out. And then I'm going to take, again, my pearl luster dust, or my pearl dust. And I'm just going to go over these with the luster dust. Actually, I'll just put it in here. Okay, so all of my snowflakes now have a very pretty, shimmery, sparkling coat of luster dust, pearl finished, glamorous. Excuse me. So now we're just gonna put these on our cupcake toppers. I think I'm gonna save the blue for the penguins. So I'll do 4 blue penguins and then the rest will be snowflakes. So I'm gonna put, these are like one of my favorite and one of my first snowflake plunger. They're a pain in the butt, but they're absolutely gorgeous. They're very delicate and very intricate. I'm sure you've seen these everywhere. They come in all different shapes or all different sizes. Of course, they come in different shapes, but they're very intricate. So I'm just gonna start placing these on the cupcake toppers. I want to try to get different designs on the different colors. I mean, it's only 2 different colors, but you know how it is. I just want to get some different ones on the different colors. Are these drying? Oh yeah, they are drying. Nice. Now see, I think because it was warm last time, my piping gel actually did not dry. So I am very happy about that. Okay, so let me put these on and I'll be back. Okay, so what I did for this cupcake topper, I don't know how well you can see it, but what I did was with this snowflake, I just took the cookie cutter and I cut the edge of it, and then so that way I can get this on and see how pretty and sparkly that is. Now, something else that you might want to do is if you have snowflake sprinkles, you can put them on there with them also. I'm particularly not going to do that because I actually really like them just the way they are. But I also have like these, oh, here's my other holly berries that I found. I like these because they look more natural with all the different shades of red and stuff and all the different sizes. But I still have some blue and white snowflakes if you wanted to put them on these. Like if you had like a little space around here. Maybe I'll do that with these. So what I like to do is just make sure that they're not broken. And if you want, you could just stick them. I know you probably can't see that. Because that's the thing with these snowflake. They really get kind of wasted because they break. All right, I'm going to pull this over in 1 second. Let me just get these on here. So see, you can add more snowflakes to that if you want. And then you could just take your pearl dust and you can just go right on top of these as well, just to give them some sparkle and shine. And then with the blue ones, if you wish, you can put some blue snowflakes on here. Oops, was that one? I like this side better. And you can still put a white snowflake. You don't want to like overcrowd it though. That's what sometimes I know I tend to go overboard. So sometimes I'm like, okay, Ray, that's enough. You're doing too much. But yeah, something, if you wanted to add blue snowflakes to it. And then again, just finish it off with some luster dust so that everything is all sparkling and